Hey, thanks for dropping in again to Life Matters. This week, I want to start a very important series with you. It's one that ranks really high on the interest level of my clients, and that's about how can you be the best parent that you can possibly be. Now, I want you to know parenting is not an easy thing. I've been the parent of 3 kids of my own. I've parented a stepdaughter. I've now helped in any way I can with my 3 grandkids, and it's tough. And it doesn't matter what time it is. It's difficult to be a parent. Nobody. I go to the TV store or the appliance store, the electronics store. I get a TV. I bring it home and I unpack it, and there's instructions. If I go buy a new car, in the glove box of my car, there's a whole book like this of instructions. And you have a kid and it just comes out, and there's no instruction manual. And you kind of have to figure it out for yourself. So you go back and you look at what happened when you were growing up. And yeah, your parents may have done a pretty good job, and on some other things your parents may not have done a really good job. And there's some good and some bad, and there's what we tend to do and what we know, but it doesn't always seem to work just the way you need it to. So those are the times that I went back and for myself, and I encourage other people to go back and look at what are the things that tend to work best. And that's one of the things that people in my line of work have done. They've gone and done the hard research, and they looked at not just what we think will work well. That's the way they used to do it decades ago. However, we came to see that wasn't helping too much. So somebody had the bright idea to go study and see, well, what produces the best outcomes? And they did some research on it. And the thing is, what they found out, it sticks and it works. I know because I've used those principles, and I want to share some of them with you. So today I want to talk about the very basic, bare bones, most important thing that you're ever going to know as parents. And I want to talk about 3 things. The first one is this, is that you are the most important influence that will ever happen in your child's life. Now, if you're the parents of a tween or teen, you're going to know it's their electronics. No, it's their social group. No, it's school. No, it's football. No, it's... Yeah, all of those things take up a lot of time, particularly as our kids get older. But that's all built on the foundation that you have helped them lay. You see, it is a little bit like building a building. The house I live in, we custom built ourselves, and we know that it was built on a particular foundation. And if you're with a child now that's a newborn, a toddler, an elementary student, moving on up into middle school, you've already provided that foundation. The reality is everything they do from this point in their lives will be built on the foundation that you've helped develop. Second thing I want you to know is that since it's a foundation that you're building, you also are there, and you are a major influence in how they build the house on top of that foundation. It's called leadership. They may do the work. They may build a building, but you can help lead. And the way you lead is ultimately by the example you set. That means that you can't, pardon me just a second. That means that whatever you do and how you do it becomes the foundational model on which they will build. Then the way in which you interact with them going forward either helps them figure it out or gets in the way of them figuring it out. You're the one that makes the choice, not the child. How you do what you do will make as much difference as what it is you want to do. Think about that a moment. The final thing I want you to understand is that you can't take your child someplace you haven't already gone yourself. For example, if you want to help a child learn to manage their emotions, well, how do you manage your emotions? When things get tense around the house, what's your tendency to do? Are you one of these parents who explodes and uses their temper to keep the children in line? Are you a parent who just backs away and says, let them figure it out for themselves? Or are you the kind of parent that does the really hard work? You learn to take that deep breath, hold it for a second, let it out, just so you can stop and think about the right thing to do. And then, when it's time to talk with them, are you able to help them learn to do the same things? You see, if you're not doing it, they won't learn it, no matter what you say to them. You are the biggest example, the most important example your children will ever have in their lives. If you're not ready to change you, if you're not ready to let your child help you do the hard task of growing up, good luck trying to help them. My name's Randy Crownover. I'm a licensed marital and family therapist in Edmond, Oklahoma. I hope you're going to enjoy this new series. We'll start next week by talking about emotions and how you can better handle them and work with your children to help them. Please know, nothing in any of these videos should ever be a substitute for help from a good, licensed therapist. Hope I'll see you next week, and thanks again for your time.